You all to the session on Class 9 History. The French Revolution. Recap. In Chapter 3, we saw Louis XVI entered into secret negotiation with the King of Prussia, and knowing this, the National Assembly decided to wage war against them. They also composed their own national song, national anthem, and all the women left to manage their households as thousands of volunteers men took part in the war. Followed by, we saw the formation of political clubs. The most important objective of political clubs is to discuss government policies and plan their own forms of action. Followed by the most important political club, Jacobin Club. So this club consists of members from less prosperous section, and the leader of the Jacobin Club is Maximilien Robespierre. Then we also saw about the fate of Louis XVI, that the royals were executed on the reason of treason. So betraying his own country, and the new constitution was reframed, and it is called as convention. The newly elected assembly was called convention. So some regulations, the change in voting rights and all we saw. Then the reign of terror. The period from 1793 to 1794 is referred to as the reign of terror. Robespierre followed a policy of severe control and punishment, and also he introduced a lot of measures. Then the people in France never liked dictatorship, so Maximilian was also guillotined. Then the Directory came into power, but there was a problem between Directory and the Legislative Council, which gave way for Napoleon Bonaparte to come to power. In this chapter 4, we will see about the role of women, particularly during the French Revolution. Chapter 4, Did Women Have a Revolution? From the very beginning, women were active participants in the events which brought about so many changes in the French society. They believed that if they involved in this kind of revolutionary activity, their life will be improved, their living standard will be improved. The revolutionary government will bring some measures and uplift their lives. But actually, what is the role of a woman in the French society? They used to work, particularly most of the third estate women were subjected to various jobs. They worked as a seamstress, they sold flowers, fruits, vegetables, and they also even worked as a domestic servants in the house of prosperous people. But these women did not have any education or job training also. They were not even given skill development training, nothing. It was just they were left to survive on their own. They have to work hard, and even standing in the queue for getting bread, it is also considered to be women's job. So working women had to take care of their families. But most important of all, though they do so many jobs, but their wages were always lower than those of the men. This is the role of women before the revolutionary time. To solve their problem, the women also had political clubs, like how we saw political club in chapter 3, which was mostly for a men. But here the women had their own political club. Almost 60 women's club came up in different French cities, but most important political club for women is the Society of Revolutionary and Republican Women. They discussed about what sort of changes they wanted in the society, and they put forward two important demands to the revolutionary government. One is they want to enjoy the same political rights as men, that is, right to being elected, right to vote. It's all their main demand, to be politically active, not just being a part of citizen and do the family needs, satisfy the family needs, but they want to be an active participant in the political issues. But these demands were not satisfied immediately, but there were certain changes which was brought in by the revolutionary government. So some laws that help to improve the lives of women. First thing, what they did is they started with creating state school, that is government schools, which made schooling compulsory for all the girls. That is the first measure which the revolutionary government brought in. Next, so the fathers could no longer force them into marriage against their will, so they have a right to decide. Then the marriage was just a contract earlier, but now it was made as a proper registered process. Marriage registration was done under the civil law so that the divorce was made legal. Even women can initiate, women can apply for divorce. Earlier it was all governed by men. Now women also can undergo training for various job activities, and they also become an artist or even run small business. So these are the laws that was brought in by revolutionary government to improve the lives of women. But but the women's struggle for equal political rights, however, continued for over years. Though the revolutionary government introduced measures to uplift the women's lives, but still they also ordered to close all the women's clubs and totally banned their political activities. But there were many revolutionary women who actively stood against the revolutionary government. Those were always like the Maximilian's rule, right? Order of severe punishment. They were arrested, a number of them were executed as well. But here is an example of a revolutionary woman, that is Olympe Gog. She is a revolutionary woman. She is one of the most important of the politically active women in the revolutionary France. She particularly protested against the constitution which they enacted in 1791. That is, they declared rights of man and citizen. So this itself indicates that the women are excluded from the basic rights that each human being was entitled to receive. So in 1791, she wrote a Declaration of Rights of Women and Citizens. So what she did is she mentioned certain rights for women, and it was addressed to the Queen and the members of National Assembly as well. But no one acted upon it. In 1793, she also criticized the Jacobin government for forcing down the women club. She also then protested continuously against them, but end of it, she was executed on the same charge like Louis XVI, that is treason. So some rights which was put forward by her is like women is born free and they also have all the rights to receive equal pay as men in every aspect. It may be pay or political right. In every way, they are equal to men, and the women and men should not be seen separately. All the rights. The woman is not an exception like this. So she declared lot of rights for women, but she met with the same fate. Okay. But finally, the women in France got voting right in 1946. 5. The abolition of slavery. One of the most important revolutionary social reform introduced by Jacobin is abolishing the slave trade. What is the slave trade? The colonies in the Caribbean land, mainly Martinique, Guadeloupe, and San Domingo, these are the regions which have supplied tobacco, indigo, sugar, and coffee. So, this Caribbean islands needed laborers to work in the plantation field to bring out the raw materials, and which will be then transported to Europe to make it as a manufactured good. But the main problem is there were shortage of laborers because the Europeans were reluctant to go and work in the Caribbean island as it is of a far, it's so distant and it's a new land. So the Europeans felt shortage of manpower. Then they decided that the colonies in Africa, they will take slaves from the colonies in Africa and take them to Caribbean island, make them work in the plantation field, and then they will get the desired output. This is how the slave trade started, and it was mainly between Europe, Africa, and Americas. The slave trade began in the 17th century. French merchants used to sail from the ports of Bordeaux or Nantes, which is there in France, and from there they will travel to African coast. There they will buy the slaves from the local chieftains, that is the local village head, and then they will be branded and shackled, and they'll be tightly packed in the ships, and from then they will be taken across the Atlantic to reach the Caribbean land. There, they will be sold to the plantation owners, and this exploitation of the slave labor helped Europe to achieve its growing demand. These ports, which involved in the slave trade, also flourished. But the National Assembly decided to abolish the process of slavery. Initially, they were hesitant in abolishing the slave trade because the persons involved in the slave trade are mostly the businessmen or the traders and the merchants who supported the National Assembly. If the National Assembly passes a law abolishing slavery, the businessman whose income mainly dependent on the slave trade will be affected. So this made the National Assembly to not implement the abolition process immediately, but finally in the convention 1794 they legislated to free all the slaves. But after 10 years, we know the Napoleon Bonaparte came to power because of political instability. When he came to power, he reintroduced slavery. But finally, the slavery was abolished in French colonies in the year 1848. So the French Revolution abolished slavery in the year finally in 1848. Chapter 6, The Revolution and Everyday Life. The revolutionary government wanted to emphasize the idea of liberty and equality into everyday practice. So once they framed out the ideals, and it is the time to implement it in the society. So they made it possible through an important law which came into effect during this time period, that is the abolition of censorship. In the earlier time, that is old regime, before the revolution, any content that is to be published or taken to the audience, it will be approved by the king. So no one had any freedom to express their will. So this practice was abolished by the revolutionary government with the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen, which proclaimed that freedom of speech and expression is a natural right. So on this basis, they abolished the censorship. So abolition means now the citizens are free to write their opinion, express their will on newspapers, pamphlets, books, through pictures, everything they are allowed to discuss with the public. So they all this freedom of expression made the French society to flourish with flow of information. So all these people described and discussed the events and changes that taking place in France. So each side has power now to convince the other. So revolutionaries, they used to write what is happening, what kind of revolution they underwent, and what is the law is all about. So positive aspect of the revolutionary government. There are other persons who oppose the revolutionaries. They also now got an opportunity to express the opposing views. So the abolition of censorship is a major change which is brought in by a revolutionary government. Conclusion of French Revolution. The political instability after the Directories rule made Napoleon to conquer the region. So in 1804, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of France, and he set out to conquer the neighboring countries as well. And he destroyed the dynasties over there and created new kingdoms, and it was under Napoleon. And he was also seen as a modernizer of Europe because of the reforms introduced by him. So there are a few important reforms introduced by Napoleon. The first one is the protection of private property. The individual can have their own private property. It will not become the property of government. So the right to have private property was enforced by Napoleon. Then he introduced a system of uniform weights and measures, and also the decimal system. So earlier in the France, if you see within the French territory itself, within them the different dynasties had different weights and measures practice. So when a person wants to do a trading practice, if they cross one border to other border, in one region the weight and measures will be different. The other region it will be different. So trading becomes a difficult task. So to eradicate this problem, Napoleon introduced uniform weights and measures under the entire region. Whatever is under him, they followed a uniform system of weights and measures. But though he did certain good things, but initially he was seen as a liberator, but later they felt that he is more of a dictator, and the people collectively defeated Napoleon at Battle of Waterloo in the year 1815. So by that Napoleon's rule came to an end. Then again what happens after the Napoleon's end? It was again the constitutional monarchy which came into rule. That is all the earlier system. Monarchies continue to rule the French society after the defeat of Napoleon. There are certain outcomes of the French Revolution. Those are the ideas of liberty and democratic rights, which is which traveled across the regions uh, to even other parts of the world. Like India also adopted. Now we enjoy a lot of fundamental rights in our country. Many are inspired from the French Revolution, the freedom of expression, the abolition of censorship, equality, fraternity, all these terms which we can see in the Constitution of India was adopted by the French Revolution, and it was brought in, and the concept was familiarized by Tipu Sultan and Ram Mohan Rai. They are the examples, the individuals who responded to the ideas coming from revolutionary France. So the French Revolution gave a lot of reforms throughout the world. Some questions to revise. Name the French port cities related with the slave trade. Bordeaux and Nantes. Which Indian individual responded to the ideas coming from revolutionary France? Tipu Sultan and Ram Mohan Rai. When did the women in France got the right to vote? 1946. Who wrote a Declaration of Rights of Women and Citizens? Olympe de Gouges. The French colonies in the Caribbean, Martinique, Guadeloupe, and San Domingo. The reforms introduced by Napoleon, we saw a decimal system, uniform weight and measures. Then he also introduced about the private property, right of private property. Then the role of women in the France before revolution, they were merely treated to work for their living, and no equal wages were given. All the household activities they were subjected to do. So that is the role of women before revolution. Then triangular slave trade, it happened between three main regions, that is Europe, Africa, and America. They traded slaves to work in the plantation field. And the process of abolition, so initially the National Assembly was hesitant, but later they abolished the slave trade, but it was reintroduced by Napoleon after 10 years.
Thank you.